Okay, so here's where we are after the second coat. There's quite a bit of wood exposed, but I have a few stubborn areas. And when I removed the second coat, it was very gooey. It sort of was like cream of mushroom soup. And so I'm having a hard time seeing what areas are really, stripped well and which ones I need to apply more of the chemical stripper to, because it's just so goopy. So I'm using just an old shirt, and this is some mineral spirits, and I'm just gonna clean the surface. And what this does is clean away all the gunk. See, it's taking it all off. All the gunk, all the loose paint, so I can sort of see what I have to work with. And I just pour it on and just wipe it off. Now, for a long time, I was really hesitant to work with mineral spirits, but boy, I tell you, when you're doing this job, you really need mineral spirits, and it is a great product. It has great applications, so don't be afraid to use it. So I'm just going to continue to scrub this piece till I get it clean, and then see what we need to do from there. Okay, I've gotten almost all of the paint off. There are some really stubborn places on this piece. I'm not sure what exactly happened, but there are a couple spots here where the paint has just really not come up very well. But I've gotten enough of it off that I'm gonna go ahead and clean the surface and then just sand those selective areas. So I have, since I last showed you what I was doing, I applied one more coat of the chemical stripper, and now I have the mineral spirits again, and I'm just applying them to a rag, and I'm going to totally wipe down the surface and get rid of all of the rest of the goo and the remover and everything, and get the surface nice and clean. I've cleaned the entire surface with mineral spirits and a rag, and now I'm coming in with some steel wool. This is about medium grit steel wool, and I'm going to rub the entire surface with this steel wool and some mineral spirits. And what this does is it's going to sort of lightly sand the piece, and it will get into the grain of the wood a little bit more, just to get out all of the paint that might be settled into the grain. And it's also going to help me with getting around these corners a little bit better than I could get with the putty knife. And so I'm going to make sure that I have the underside of this nice and scrubbed, and I want to wipe down the piece as well with some mineral spirits anywhere where the chemical stripper may have dripped, so that when I'm painting it, I don't end up with a patch of some of the chemical stripper that's sitting on the surface, because of course the paint won't stick there, which is sort of a cool effect actually if you're doing it intentionally, but not if it's on accident. So I'm just going to get this all totally cleaned up with the steel wool and some mineral spirits. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm ready to sand. Now my work surface is fairly clean. It still has a little bit of paint on it in a few areas, and it's dry. And I'm going to sand it to remove any of the residual paint, which normally I don't have that, but you want to give it a good sanding anyway, just to get the surface nice and smooth. So I'm going to use an orbital sander, and I'm going to start with a medium grit sandpaper and then finish off with some fine sandpaper, and that gets it nice and smooth. And I am going to put a respirator on. You can wear a respirator or a dust mask, but I do a lot of sanding, and I definitely don't want to be breathing in all of that dust. So I'm going to stick on the respirator. All right, there we go. I've got the entire piece, the entire top of the piece anyway, with all of the paint removed, and actually the grain of the wood and even all of the imperfections, like some of these little gouges and stuff, look really nice. There's a lot of character to this wood, so I'm really glad I revealed it. And I think I'm just going to finish it with maybe some hemp oil to bring out the beauty of the wood, and I might put a coat of wax on top of that. So once you get all of the paint off, it's just your choice how you want to refinish the piece. And that is how you strip paint off of a piece of furniture.